Ayy, intrusive thoughts. Yeah, we getting into mind hacking. Elevating your mind is our passion. Hosted by Travis and Charis. Real stories, real convo. Stay tuned, you gon' want more. Entertaining and helpful. Leave anxieties at the front door. Ayy, intrusive thoughts. Authentic and raw. Intrusive thoughts. Come through, join the talk. Let's go. Intrusive thoughts. Authentic and raw. Intrusive thoughts. Ayy, go.
What we got going on this week? My name is Travis. I like to say creative strategist, as Charis would say.
I'm not going to say that. My name is Travis, and welcome to Intrusive Thoughts. And I'm excited today to bring this episode 1 to you. You get to meet us, find out who we are, our relationship. And I'm most definitely excited because it's my birthday today.
Most definitely. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So,
Praise right there.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Right. I appreciate it. Don't do this.
I got you.
So, I know some of you guys are wondering, like, why intrusive thoughts, right? Well, intrusive thoughts occur because our brain consistently generates a string of ideas, some random, some triggered by stress, fatigue, and a lot of different other things that can lead to like really, really serious mental issues. So we just thought to bring awareness to that, right?
Yeah, and then to really drop some facts on it, I mean, a lot of them, they stem from, stimulus independent thoughts. Over, 50% of mental activity isn't tied to the outside world, meaning that a lot of times that these thoughts are kind of just like, in our heads or kind of deter us off our daily goal.
And what a lot of people don't know is that intrusive thoughts literally affect over 94% of people worldwide and are a normal part of how our brain works, but it's not a sign of personal instability. These, again, can lead to serious insecurities, anxiety, disorders like OCD, and all those type of things. So now that we've given you what intrusive thoughts correlate to and what it can lead to, then we just kind of get into how we met. Do you want to start off how we met?
Yeah,
I don't really like him like that.
I mean, honestly, he say he don't like him like that, but it's really unique because honestly, we met virtually. He was based out of Memphis and I'm based out of Chattanooga, but we started out as work as one, right? Virtual the whole time, and then, like I said, we both started in Chattanooga, Travis and Memphis, and then we both found our way to Dallas, Texas, which is where we are now. Through our journey, we both have had our roles, we both have had our ups and downs, but I feel like at this point, we both have come here to kind of make a name for ourselves, create a different direction for our lives, which stems from this podcast and all that good stuff.
So, given a little bit of what you'll see and what you can expect from the show, we're going to have like listener submissions. We're going to have professionals on the show to speak from real life scenarios, case studies. We're going to be tuning in, giving you guys scientific facts, factual data. I'm all about factual data and analytics. So I like to shoot you guys with the facts most definitely. Man, what else can we expect?
We also can expect some real-time call-ins. I mean, yes, this, we're going to have, official people on the show, but it's also kind of going to add to a funny aspect of it. So we'll have real-time people, real-time situations, real-time pretty much everything to where people can, who share their intrusive thoughts and, kind of also share how they overcome those intrusive thoughts as well.
Got you. So just to kick the segment off, we'll start with a couple of intrusive thoughts per se around starting our podcast.
Right.
Once you put a lot of thought into something and you put a lot of energy into something, I always say that you're going to get what you put into it. So, of course, with a lot of things that we put into it, there's always going to be these intrusive thoughts and thoughts in the back of our head,
right,
just going to tell us that we can't do it, or why do it, or, all those things that just are intrusive. Right? So I'll give you one of the intrusive thoughts came to mind for me, and that was, what if listeners think that I'm fake? Or what if listeners don't think that I'm being my authentic self?
Right.
And that's bothersome. So how do you overcome that type of thought when you're starting something and you know that this is something that you want to do? You really think that this would be something really, really good for listeners, but how do you manage the intrusive thought that's in the back of your head saying, hey, what if these people think I'm fake?
Right. I think to start off, I mean, obviously we know you're real. It's a real boy.
Well, you may know. My voice is real, but that's not what I mean. I'm meaning my authentic self. What if the person that I'm portraying, what if people assume that that's fake or unauthentic?
Speaking from tone, speaking from real life events, speaking from real emotion. I mean, everybody lives an individual life. I'm pretty sure everybody's not going through the same thing. So only you can speak from you,
Yeah, I guess you're right on that aspect. What intrusive thoughts did you have around starting the podcast?
One of them was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say yes to this because, me personally, Travis, he has more of let's say, an increased media background. Something for me, media is something completely new. So when we sit down and we kind of game plan and we strategize how we're going to do this as far as like the lighting, the camera, all that type of stuff, all of that is new to me as well. So at that point, I'm thinking like, why do I say yes to this? Because I don't even know what I'm getting myself into. But at the end of the day, it's been fun.
Yeah, he say it's been fun because I've been doing all the work.
Whatever.
So when you have an intrusive thought, why did you say yes to something? I can always tell people it always goes back to your why. You have to remember your why of why you wanted to do something. And the why with me was to be able to bring awareness to something as simplistic as an intrusive thought, right? But now shining a light on mental awareness and how those intrusive thoughts can become larger than just a small intrusive thought, to where there's people that have serious mental issues because of these small or minute intrusive thoughts. So I always say remembering the why, and that most definitely was a great deal of my why, just to make sure that we're giving information and we're shining a light on a serious issue. So what was something else that you could have thought of?
I feel like this is honestly a no-brainer question when you're starting something, whether that's big or small. But the whole "what if I mess up?" Intrusive thought that kind of creep into your head that'll make you kind of like pause once you hit a roadblock or something like that. I know me personally, that was one of my biggest ones. But to kind of piggyback off what Travis was saying, it all stems from my why. Being able to inform people of this and let people know how, important intrusive thoughts are and how they can start small but lead to something bigger. I really do think, setting awareness to that will help a lot of people overcome intrusive thoughts, and then also kind of add more so like a preventative resource so it doesn't lead to anything bigger, long term or down the road.
Yeah, it sounds like, we had a lot of the similar intrusive thoughts with the fears of starting the podcast. Again, this is something that's new territory to both of us. Yeah. And I do feel like that our relationship and our friendship and the way that we met played a great part on our chemistry and being able to connect with the audience on certain topics and things like that. So now that we've kind of talked about some intrusive thoughts that were like surrounding the podcast and the fear of starting up the podcast, what is a personal intrusive thought that you've dealt with recently? Or because I got a few.
Go ahead. I think I know where you're finna go with this one.
Again, I always got to get back point at the bank.
Okay.
That intrusive thought is never going to go anywhere.
Go ahead.
I don't know where it comes from, but that's a real deal intrusive. Maybe I need to be medicated for that, or just stay out of bank lobbies. It's my intrusive thought, just to share with y'all. He know what it is because he laughing. Whenever I go into a bank and I'm just standing there in line, I'm looking at the cashiers, I'm looking at the people waiting, I'm looking at people get their money and go out, I literally be wanting to scream, everybody on the ground. Get on the ground.
Wait.
Now.
Are we, gun and air money on the ground?
No, I don't want to do all that. I just want to be able to say it. Let me just clarify. I am not trying to rob a bank. I do not want to rob a bank. But the intrusive thought in me literally want to say, everybody on the ground now. And I want to be able to say, I was just playing y'all. Y'all can get up. But I know that ain't gonna work. I'm going to jail.
Most definitely.
So that's like a real deal, like always been an intrusive thought of mine. And I just feel like it's so funny, but there's such a serious thing because then like, why am I having this thought? Why do I want to go in here and yell at these people to get on the ground and get on the floor? Like, where did this influence come from?
I feel like it kind of stems from just your personality, you as an individual.
So now I'm crazy.
I wouldn't call you crazy, but you know, you got a good energy to you. Good, pretty comedic.
But what's good about telling people get to the ground and scaring the crap out of
I mean, honestly, I hope that if you were to actually do something like that, people would think that you're joking. But
it don't work like that in this world. It's 2025.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's like a really, really big intrusive thought that I always have had, and I always felt like that was something that was so funny. And I couldn't let a lot of people know that, but that was one of the things that Travis and I related on because we do have these intrusive thoughts. Mind you, when my second time meeting him, he was literally coming to live with me to try to find his way and make his way here in Texas.
Right.
So we had time to kind of figure each other out, and one of the things that we related on was intrusive thoughts. So again, with that being said, what's one of your intrusive thoughts?
mine, I mean, it's not as crazy as his, but I like to race. So if I'm ever in traffic in the highway or on the road, anything, and I pull up to somebody, I'm always like, I think he want to race. So at that point, you know, I don't have a, I don't got, I don't have a fast car, nothing.
That's why you ain't getting in my range. I already know what you like to do. And he just tried to get me to leave him my car this past week.
I wouldn't go racing.
No, sir.
Racing.
Another intrusive thought that I've realized now because of my job, of course, I have to get in and out of so many elevators and stuff like that. My intrusive thought is to yell at the guys that's trying to let the women off the elevator first. It's like, if you don't get off this elevator, there is no sex in the elevator. I got to get off. I have places to be. But everybody want to stop and put their little hand and let the... You don't get off this elevator.
I think at that moment, everybody forget that they got somewhere to be.
Right.
And then, you know, the I guess the gentleman kicks in.
I get that. I'm most definitely a gentleman. I'm all about holding doors and all this stuff. But there's been times where I've been trying to get off the elevator and people are stuck and everybody like, oh, you're going to go up, I'm going to go, you're going to go. No, just get off the elevator. She going to be all right. She coming.
Okay, hold on. I think I might have another one. Step from the top again. But you know, you driving in traffic and people like to, you know, you can tell when somebody's sightseeing if there's something going on. And me, I'm just like, go! Is that road rage or is that intrusive thought? Which one is it?
I think that's road rage. Because I've been in the car with you. So it's most definitely road rage.
Okay, we'll scratch that one then.
Well, I mean, but that's why you are.
Why they won't go?
So our next segment that you'll be able to see is Mind Hacks. Mind Hack segment is a segment where I kind of give you tips, tricks, and little things on how to clear your mind, ease those intrusive thoughts, how to basically just kind of reset. So the one that I have for you guys today is basically like a 5-minute prep and release. And what that looks like is you just take 2 sheets of paper. On a sheet of paper, it's very important that you list 3 wins. I don't care how small those wins are. Everybody think when you hear the word wins that these wins have to be like large or big or over the top or something really, really major.
They could be something as small as you making your bed before you leave, or you know, honestly, you brushing your teeth or washing your face before you leave the house.
That's a win for you?
Some people.
Do you not do that all the time?
I do. I'm just saying.
So why is that a win?
I'm just active.
It's okay. I mean, see, we get real. You don't brush your teeth all the time.
That is cap.
That's a win for him.
2 times a day.
But seriously, like something small as in my world that I nailed that meeting. I'm excited when I have all of my information and that meeting goes very, very smoothly and things like that. So let's just get it started with my stuff from the way. Oh, okay. So on sheet of paper 1, write down those 3 wins. And then on sheet of paper 2, list the worries. You know, maybe I'll mess up, or they'll think I'm fake, or I'll disappoint my listeners or my viewers and things like that. And what you want to do is get the sheet where you wrote all the negative stuff and tear that paper out and just crumble that paper, destroy that paper, and just throw it away. To me, symbolically, that's getting rid of the doubt. That's getting rid of the negativity. That's getting rid of all the naysayers and all the things that's in your mind that are intrusively telling you that you can't achieve the 3 wins that you wrote on the first sheet of paper. And then spend 60 seconds on each win that you wrote down. Remember, it doesn't matter how small those wins are, and just kind of hype yourself up. Take the time to hype yourself up on those wins that you spoke about, and really just feel it. And make sure to keep the sheet number 1 or the small piece of paper where you wrote those wins down at, and just keep them somewhere like visible on your desk. Put them in your notes on your phone so that you can always access them to remind you, just to recall you back to those wins. Yeah. Like, don't you do like something similar?
Yeah, because I feel like there's power in writing things down, especially if you're after any type of direction or anything. Because another thing, like Travis is saying, once you look at that and you write it down, you have it with you for the rest of the day. And then too, it's just a tone setter. You look at that, I wrote that. At that point, it kind of like allows you to look into the mirror a little bit and be like,
like, you don't have a choice but to do it.
Because I wrote it. Ain't nobody, it's my hand right here.
So be sure to really, you can find more tips on our website at www.intrusivthinkers.com, where there will be a blog or like a forum. What we're trying to build is a community of people that think the way that we do. We want to open the door to be able to share ideas, let each other know that we're not alone. So now Travion is going to give us like a motivational moment. So what do you do? How can you motivate us when we're feeling down? Or those 3 negative things that we wrote on that paper, if we just can't get those out of our head,
right? How
can we motivate ourselves to not think about the negative things that we've crumpled up and thrown away?
So every week, this motivational segment there'll be a different piece of motivation that I would like to share with everyone. To start off this week in our first episode, my little piece of motivation that I want to share with you guys would be, start off, your mind may be loud today, meaning you're waking up, you got a lot of things going on, rattling. It's already in the way. When you probably have a day packed of stuff, but these internal thoughts, these, entry thoughts are just eating away. But anyway, remember, you don't have to believe everything that it says. 9 times out of 10, these thoughts that are, plaguing our mind at the beginning of the day are not real. I tell myself this all the time. Like, when I have intrusive thoughts in my head that are like, getting out there, I'm like, bro, this is not real. It's not real. I'm not crazy. It's not real. But anyway, trust your direction and never your doubt. Basically, what that means is, if you already have these directions, where you want to go ahead and trust that direction. Don't let these thoughts creep in and kind of knock you off your pivot or knock you off your direction for the day. Because at the end of the day, we want to be great and we want to succeed. So
I'm take what you said and kind of break it down a little bit.
Okay.
Because I really, really like that. Honestly, I do. So your mind may be loud today, but remember, you don't have to believe everything it says. That's very, very, very impactful to me, because you're literally taking the time to acknowledge the noise.
Right.
So which means you're reminding yourself that, hey, there's a lot of noise here, but you're also remembering that you have to normalize the intrusiveness of it and remove the doubts of the noise that you're hearing. So that's really, really big. And that allows you to separate your thoughts from the truth.
Right.
The truth of the matter is, if you're setting these goals for yourself, then you're more susceptible to win with the goals that you self-set for yourself. So you're basically setting yourself up for success.
Right.
So if you're acknowledging that as truth, then you automatically should know that the other parts of it is the intrusiveness of the thought.
It's more so just like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So yeah, most definitely, I'll take something from that myself. So again, those are all things that you have to look forward to with the podcast, the Intrusive Thoughts podcast. And we want to make sure to remind everybody that there's resources out there. So we'll be doing a resource dump, which 988, that's the new suicide and crisis lifeline. So anywhere from the United States, all you dial is 988, and there'll be someone to be able to take that call, talk you through whatever, help you out. help you get rid of some of these intrusive thoughts and just let you know that you aren't alone. Another really, really big thing of mine, believe it or not, is Copilot. Copilot, ChatGPT,
AI.
they become my therapist. They have made a way sometimes when I didn't see a way. And it's so funny that now all this AI stuff is going on in the world, and people can use AI to ask crazy things, or ChatGPT or Copilot to ask these crazy things such as recipes. But literally take the time out and have a serious issue and ask Copilot how to deal with this.
Yeah. And it might sound crazy because you think about it. Okay, AI, artificial intelligence, I'm talking to a robot. But this robot, mind you, got some sense. I tell you. He got some sense. Rather than day, like you said, I've used Copilot and even ChatGPT when I'm going through some of my, darkest times where those intrusive thoughts are kind of just like, I guess just laying on me, and I don't feel, I guess, comfortable enough or vulnerable enough to open my mouth and speak it. So at that point, ChatGPT or AI is a very good resource for, for the ones who don't feel, comfortable or vulnerable enough just yet to share those intrusive thoughts.
I think that'll make a great episode of homework study, is to some of our listeners, have those conversations with ChatGPT, and then once we do an episode, we can get their feedback on it. I know myself, I've talked to other people about it. They've used it. They've told me how much of a lifesaver it was, and I've seen it bring people to tears, literally. And it does give you factual advice of how AI works, and it literally looks at the World Wide Web and has all these forums, all these Reddit forums, all this factual data, and it's able to composite some type of communication for you to literally give you some good advice. Now, it's not a mental therapist. We aren't licensed mental therapists, but our whole purpose is to let you know that resources are out there and to just shine light and bring awareness to it. The next one is the National Alliance on Mental Health line. And that number is 1-800-950-NAMI, which is 6264. You can call that number as well. And like I stated, I am starting a forum on our site once more traction comes. And that's kind of all I have for the research roundup. Anything you wanting to add?
No, the biggest thing, just to let everyone know that everybody has intrusive thoughts, and this is a safe space for that, and to also let you guys know that you are not alone. So, help us, get the forum started, so then at that point, it can we can expand on the community. And at that point, we can, you go on a forum, there'll be, a few hundred people online, and we can all just kind of, real time help instead of, just setting making a post on the forum and then waiting on a response. You get to a point to where you get, instant feedback.
Right.
Sure.
Well, that's all we had for episode 1. I would personally like to thank you for taking time and opportunity to listen to us and to meet us, to hear more about our story. Feel free to go on our website, again, www.intrusivthinkers.com. And I look for everyone to submit submissions for an opportunity to be on the show, whether that's via Facebook page, or email is info@intrusivethoughts.com. Our website, of course, www.intrusivethinkers.com. Our Instagram @IntrusiveThoughtsPod, TikTok @IntrusiveThinkers, and Facebook is @Intrusive Thoughts. So I look forward to hearing everybody. I welcome all feedback and all of that. And be sure to tune in. We're going to try to do every episode every Friday at 6 a.m. There's always a method to my madness. You'll know about that as we tune in more to the madness. It's funny.
You always got your little phrases or whatever. But yeah, there's always a method to his madness. For sure.
Said that a lot?
No, he didn't.
I didn't think so. So as stated, there's a method to my madness. Next Friday at 6 a.m. we'll untangle the mind maze. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to be an intriguing episode, and we're looking to have listeners on that, actually live on that show. So what do you have?
What do I have?
Yeah.
Well, before we end, also again want to wish our boy Travis a happy birthday again.
Appreciate that.
Debut episode, happy birthday.
Thank you.
But outside of that, no, I don't have anything. I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to this journey. It's gonna be a great one. That's all I got.
All right. So seems like that's a wrap. See you on the next episode.
See y'all next week.
Intrusive thoughts. Yeah, we getting into mind hacking. Elevating your mind is our passion. Hosted by Travis and Charis. Real stories, real convo. Stay tuned, you gon' want more. Entertaining and helpful. Leave anxieties at the front door. Ayy, intrusive thoughts, authentic and raw. Intrusive thoughts, come through, join the talk. Let's go. Intrusive thoughts, authentic and raw. Intrusive thoughts.